What is going on YouTube? Kronos here, and welcome back to another PSO2 video. So today's video we're actually be talking about the PSO2 NGS Prologue 3 today. Really quick guys, before we jump into that, just so you guys know, I'm Chrono. I do content daily. If you're new to the channel, subscribing and a like on the video would be super appreciated and super helpful as we try to do content daily. It is kind of all over the place at the moment just because we're trying to, kind of grab at anything we possibly can, but today's got some pretty awesome news for us, so let's go ahead and jump into that. So we just finished off watching the NGS the NGS Prologue 3, and man oh man, does it have some pretty dope information included on it as well. If you guys weren't aware, they did a stream that literally ended probably about 40 minutes ago, where they announced some new information. They showed off some new things, as well as talked about how CBT2 went. If you guys you guys do follow the Twitch channel, I streamed my experience over in CBT2, and they talked a little about how that experience was, so on and so forth. So we're going to kind of go over it today. Hopefully concise. Now, we will not be showing off any clips in this video itself. I'm just going to give a heads up. We're showing off most of these slides that they showed off and talk about everything that came up, but I do want you guys to, I want to kind of navigate you guys over to the actual video that's going to be going up on their channel to check that out. That'll be much, you actually get to see the clips themselves, so on and so forth. So I'd much rather you guys check those out, and support their channel as well as supporting my own. Anyway, first they started talking about CBT2. Kind of just went over the fact that CBT2 had some hiccups, had some issues. It had overall 4 emergency maintenances during CBT2. The first 2 caused the first day to basically just completely, stop. They had to actually cancel the first day of CBT. Since they had an emergency maintenance, and then of course the issue wasn't completely fixed. It came back again when more people started getting online. So they ended up having to just take down day 1 overall. So we didn't get a whole lot of time to play, unfortunately. It was only up for about 6 hours, but overall, I mean, granted, we only got about 4 hours of actual playtime, but overall, it was still a lot of fun, had a good time. And they fixed most of the issues they were dealing with. Now, there were 2 more maintenances over the course of the next 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, or I guess for us, it was like a Friday and a Saturday. They more or less investigated some issues that had to do with players using the, using the market as well as parties. And over the course of those 2 maintenances, they actually ended up fixing those issues themselves. So that was super cool to hear about. There are a couple other things they're working on. However, they're going to be getting those taken care of before the global CBT or closed beta test. Some things with matchmaking and so on. So that was super cool to see or hear about, but we'll move on from there. We also had some changes that were made and implemented in closed beta test 2. Things like the material storage was implemented, some new face stuff was implemented, they adjusted the gathering locations for a few items, so that's super cool to see. Included some augmentation capsules activating from rare drop effects. The drop amounts were reconsidered or changed. I believe they increased them, if I remember correctly. They also changed up, I believe, enemy health value to match the experience that was provided. So overall, leveling was a bit easier in CBT2. And funny enough, apparently they extended the duration which Gigantic spawned, which is interesting because there were less Gigantic slayed in CBT2 than CBT1. However, CBT1 had access to their gear from PSO2 base game. So that kind of just brings back the whole thought process that maybe that gear is pretty strong to have access to, and it's worth investing in getting yourselves geared up now. That way you get a little bit of an easier start in not CBT, but in full release of the game itself. But that's just my opinion on the matter. They also had some information on the survey results. There wasn't a whole lot of negative things this time around. There was actually quite a bit, some different things that they were showing off. Either way, we'll jump into it. So some positive feedback with the new face patterns. Gathering materials were much easier to obtain. Yes, they absolutely were easier to get a hold of. And then material storage made things a lot easier to deal with when it came to storage overall. I still am someone who keeps material storage and will continue to keep material storage because it has been a blessing in PSO2 and will probably be a blessing in NGS as well. Some negative feedback they had: the snippet face was too realistic and unbalanced, but we'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. The scratch ticket purchase effect apparently was too bright for some people. I mean, an option to reduce that would be great. Hopefully they don't get rid of how bright it is, because I actually kind of like it quite a bit. Requests for manual skips of NPC dialogue related to tutorial tasks, absolutely, please, yes. And the use of materials from material storage when affixing and augmenting did not work occasionally. I didn't run into this problem. I know some people said they did, but I actually didn't have this issue overall, so we'll have to see how that works out. Maybe it was just a bit of a bug they were running into. Changes to be made by launch or shortly after. Adjust the model of the snippet face, mainly the mouth part. So yeah, they're gonna go ahead and adjust that. And that's actually the face that I was using over on JP that I had issues fixing the mouth. So hopefully that's the one that they're talking about. adjust the scratch ticket purchase effects, and add the function to skip NPC dialogue and tutorial tasks manually. Super awesome. And then of course bug fixes with the material storage as well as matchmaking. So super cool things to hear about there. We also have some more details. Actually, we have details for the global closed beta test. So we're moving on to global closed beta. So some details about it, just so you guys are aware. It starts up May 14th at 6 p.m. PST or PDT. That is 9 p.m. EST or EDT, whatever you want to call it. And then it goes all the way until May 16th at 7 p.m. or again, of course, 10 p.m. EST if you're on the East Coast. Platform is Windows 10 only, meaning it will only be a PC version. You have to be registered via the Xbox Insider app, obtainable via the Microsoft Store. And just as a heads up, I know a lot of people have been mentioning it. My other colleagues who make content have also been mentioning it. Make sure that if you started the game over on the Steam store or on the Epic Game Store, it's a good idea to go ahead and get your not client downloaded, but go ahead and get your account attached to the Microsoft Store version. So get that taken care of as soon as you get a chance. They also showed off a bunch of participation rewards. I would highly recommend, they showed on this page too, but I recommend checking out the website so you can keep an eye on this sort of stuff. But they've got earrings, a bunch of SG, some stamps, and some cool things there. And this is actually, this is the same stuff they'll be giving over on JP. It's some more parody stuff, which is super, super cool to see about. Moving from there, they went into talking about the new content they'll be launching. So they went over some new story characters, as well as, kind of how they play a role in the actual story, or how they play a role with the main character themselves. Some pretty cool characters, actually. So first, they talk about Ina. Ina is a 15-year-old ARCs in training, who, she just is native to the actual area itself. Kind of spunky, rambunctious sort of character itself, learning a whole lot. I didn't really catch all the nuances of the character themselves, but super cool character overall. Really like her character design quite a bit. I know people always like are already gonna be like better than Affin, but teachers their own. And then we have Manon. She is, I think I'm pronouncing that right, Manon. She's a Meteorian, so she's similar to us in the fact that she's not native to this actual planet. She fell down, from inside a little pod thing like we do. But she actually has her memories of the past. So it's interesting to see how that's going to play a part overall in all of this. We're not 100% sure exactly what she's going to be doing, or how much of her memories she does have, or if she got them over time. All we know, she showed up about 6 months before we do. And another interesting point, they mentioned that they keep mentioning ARCs still. Like everyone is still in ARCs. So interesting to see all that sort of stuff. I think it's Garora or Garoa, something along those lines. I'm probably pronouncing that completely incorrectly. But another character that was introduced, this is actually Ina's father and another inhabitant of the area themselves. Super cool looking character. Again, I'm not gonna get too far into what these characters are or like what they're doing. It's gonna be kind of like very, very basic, just so that way you guys can learn more about on your end. But he's kind of the protector character of the area that we are going to be starting out in. That is something they mentioned. I guess I can mention now here really quick, that we will not be starting in Central City. We'll be starting at this town that these characters are from, and then moving in towards Central City, storyline wise at least. So again, cool stuff here. Pretty cool character. I know my chat was very much Billy Ready when he showed up, if you guys are familiar with Twitch stuff, that emote. Anyway, and then we have our quintessential cast, Dozer. Dozer is labeled as a skilled instructor full of passion. So Dozer is going to be the character that kind of leads the younger ARCs and ourselves, more moving towards Central City, as well as developing, I guess, our combat skills, so on and so forth. So super cool character. I actually am a big fan of his design, and the cast parts are pretty sick as well. So, but again, don't want to go too much into character specific stuff. We're just going to go ahead and leave it at that. I'll let you guys check out the actual launch stuff and the live stream. So from there, they actually moved into another section for new content where they're talking about some more character customization related things, and they showed off some new cast parts. So these are more default cast parts that are going to be available. It looks like these are at launch, and they showed off these parts, primarily showing off the function that you can actually turn off sections of these parts themselves. So you can see here the previous cast parts as well as the new cast parts, and you can see what it looks like between having the sections on and off between the individual cast parts. So that's super cool. awesome set of customization that apparently was available but hasn't been turned on, that will be turned on fairly shortly, and will work with all of these things. I know JP currently has the update already. We'll talk more about that in just a moment, but JP currently has the graphics update already, and this stuff will be retroactively working with all of the parts they have that are NGS compatible. So, I mean, this one's kind of like, you know, not really everyone's super excited about, but, you know, finger movement will be added to combine with existing emotes, meaning you can like change up emotes that normally you'd have like just, you know, your hand out or in a ball in the fist or whatever, and change it with finger emotes and things like that added into it. So pretty cool stuff there. As well as customizing face expressions. You can customize them freely, so whenever you're like using a different expression or anything along those lines, you can change up how that expression itself looks. So again, customization, super cool, nothing too crazy there. Moving on, we got probably the one thing that most people were looking forward to the most. PSO2 NGS got a launch window announced. Launch window being June 2021. Yes, we have basically a little over a month and a half away from what we're going to be seeing for NGS. More than likely, probably looking at mid-June. I'd guess maybe mid-late June. But NGS is right around the corner. It's absolutely insane how close it actually is. And by the way, I was right. So, you know, cookie to myself, cookie to Mark if you're watching this as well. I said late May, June more than likely. He said June. A lot of people were like July, August, September. There have been delays, so on and so forth. No, June. We were right. And as if we needed any more confirmation about this, they've mentioned it plenty of times beforehand, but now it's an official post that you guys can see it for Japanese and global services simultaneously. It'll be releasing for everyone all over the world simultaneously. They did mention, however, specifically that there may be certain events or certain things that are more regionally based that are to the separate servers themselves. They will be two separate servers, global and JP, and there may be some things that are related specifically to JP and specifically to global. They go on to mention that we will be having a benchmark software that will be released in late May, it looks like, that will be able to use the character creator in. So we'll be able to create our characters, save data, which is super cool, and actually, you know, test things out. Kind of the cool, neat feature of this is benchmarks usually have like a benchmark video you get to run. In this case, the benchmark video will include the character that you created from the character creator. So it will replace base PSO2 NGS Ash with the character that you create. So super cool. That'll be available soon. You can test out, see how well your specs hold up. And let's see if you guys can spot this, but the road to NGS, the road to New Genesis, beginning May 12th, Wednesday, got some pretty cool things coming along with. We've got character item giveaways, we have Twitter, retweet, and Facebook campaigns, we have countdowns for login bonuses, as well as a level up support boost campaign of 400% experience earned, getting us things like hairstyles, accessories, stamps, super cool there, and SG. So a lot of really awesome stuff there. From there, we've also got the welcome back campaign going. The welcome back campaign is going to be for players who haven't been playing the game recently. You guys pop back in, get rewards themselves, as well as rewards for everyone who's in the alliance those players are in. So hopefully we can get some people coming back to the game and getting some rewards for not only themselves, but their alliance mates. Things like emotes, some more SG, and things along those lines. As well as, of course, you know, rainbow keys, it looks like. So So they also announced on top of that as well the special item code bonuses included in starter packs. So there is going to be a physical starter pack. They do mention that this is only available over on the Japanese servers. However, just hold on. I know people are already like, JP only already. There's more to this, and this is I was a little toxic to my chat, just a little bit, because they were like, oh, JP only content. I knew it. I was like, yeah, wait. So this looks to be a physical copy, from what I understand. Will include, physical. So box features, artwork, all that good stuff. Super cool things here, including with some codes. It looks like this is going to be for, 5,400 yen, it looks like. So about 54 bucks, I believe, maybe 60 for the PS4 and PC. Oh yeah, the 5,400 is the Switch version. Okay, cool. So yeah, it looks like to be about almost 60 bucks for PS4 and PC. But there's more to it. So these are the code items that they're going to be giving away, or these are the code items that you'll be getting. It looks like you'll just be getting badges, more or less. And these badges, you can trade in for these other items and a bunch of other cool things. Looks like premium, you've got material storage, you have rare drop rate, EXP boost, salon passes, half dolls, A really cool set of outfits for the characters, so that's super awesome, and a change of emote. The first, I would say emote, I'm sorry, the word I'm looking for, animation. The first animation change that we have available to us, so super cool, like tropical looking outfit for, I guess, to fit the theme of the area that we're gonna be starting in. However, I know those of you guys are like, oh, Japanese only. Yeah, so there's also available for both JP and global the actual Founders Packs that will be releasing on the Windows 10 store and the Xbox One. I'm sorry, actually on all storefronts. I said Windows 10, but it's going to be on Xbox One, Microsoft Store, Windows 10, Steam, and Epic Games, where you'll be able to purchase these individual items for these packs themselves. So basically, we just don't get a physical version of it, we're only getting a digital version, so no art book or anything along those lines, but we still do get the same content. So either way, we're still okay there. Nothing too crazy going on that end. Awesome stuff. But that about covers everything. Yeah, it's a lot of information, a lot of content we have coming up on the way, guys. A lot of things that we're super excited about. And I mean, I'll be honest, it's insane. I'm gonna still sit with this and kind of let it marinate for a couple of days, give you guys like my overall thoughts later on, but I wanted to get you guys what is coming up, what we have available to us. Not everyone has, you know, the hour to watch the entire stream to see everything. Figured I'd give you guys as close to the cliff notes as I could give you. Anyway, there's one other thing I wanted to mention here in all of this, and I talked about this during my stream, but going back to the Road to New Genesis campaign beginning on May 12th, showing off stamps and things related specifically to NGS versions of the game. It's interesting that this starts on May 12th. May 12th being a Wednesday being one of our major update days. I'm not saying when we're getting an update, I'm just saying maybe put on your tinfoil hats. This could be a tinfoil hat theory, but I'm making a guess. I'm gonna make a random guess and say maybe we have the graphic update coming soon. Maybe. I know it's crazy. I know. Relax. It's okay. But all these things are kind of coming in line, and it's kind of set right to when NGS is supposed to be coming out. So, you know, take that as you will. Feel free to offer your own bits of tinfoil hat theories in the comments below. As always, guys, a like on the video is much appreciated and absolves you of half your ad block kill. The other half is absolved by subscribing. Both are completely free and they do help me out a ton. If you guys want to keep up with this content, make sure to click on the bell icon to be notified of videos as they go live, as well as community posts, or follow me over on Discord. Follow me over on Twitter or join us over on Discord for notifications via those two avenues. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Peace out.